Okay, guys, just waiting for a few more people to join us. So share, like, comment, say hi. Just gonna really, I'm just at the moment just preparing to go live. So I'm setting up my summer solstice altar at the moment. I don't know about you, but I'm boiling hot. So I'm kind of making a combination of the summer solstice with the element of water. You can't really see my whole altar here at the moment because of my camera. But what about you? Have you set up a summer solstice altar or maybe a water sea? Witches attending to set up their altars at the moment. I'm just going to show you really something that I do just to ground myself before I come on a live. I will be coming on a live event doing tarot readings after this. You'll be able to win some free tarot readings, be able to join in and also have some live tarot readings, ask questions as well. But I'm just going to get prepared first. It's kind of just connecting with the summer solstice altar at the moment. Mia, are you following? Okay, so folks, hit the heart buttons. Just help me out. Hit the heart buttons. Keep tapping the heart buttons, and then we'll go ahead. Share below. Hit the share button below. It's like a little arrow at the below. You just tap that, share to friends, family, or you tap the yellow button to the left. That's a repost button. If you don't know, and repost this live. It would really help. So all I'm going to do really right now is just prepare for the summer solstice, prepare sort of before we go into doing some live tarot readings. I just really feel I need some grounding. I feel I need sort of connect with that water element. I am a water element, and bring in some abundance. It's really, really hot. What about you? Are you really hot, guys, today? So what I start with my offering bowl. And also this is my altar prep. So this really, I use this tray to anoint candles. You can just use it for anything really, sort of prep work on your altar. So really at the moment, I'm just going to do a little bit of altar presentation. So I'm going to bring in some herbs on here. So I really need some grounding at this present moment. So I've got a selection of herbs. Just a shout out to Luna Coven Cove, who I absolutely adore. She makes the most amazing herbs and crystal blends. I really need some grounding right now. Who needs grounding? So there's a mixture of just amazing herbs in there, crystals, things like that. And I'm just gonna really just sit with this. I mean, I have over here, I've got my blue candle for water. And I have my, make sure I don't burn myself, yellow candle for summer solstice. That's set over there. I have some salt water and an oak bowl, sort of cleansing, bringing in that water element, that hagstone. Bowl of crystals, sort of money and abundance. We have citrine over there. I don't know if you can see that. And clear quartz, because obviously it's a ritual of light. So we bring in a lot of that light elements when we're working with the summer solstice. So so this is how we roll. So let's go ahead. Just going to sit with that sort of that blend of herbs and crystals. And you really need to just feel grounded. Imagine your feet going down to the ground, sort of like a tree, becoming stable like an oak tree, and just feeling that groundingness coming up. It's good to have a brew when you're doing these things, because brews really do help to ground us and help us in our work focus. This is sort of what you call Neptune blends, so working with the god or the goddess. Really, when you're working with the gods and the goddesses, it could be Neptune, it could be Yamea. There's lots of different ones. Neptune and Yamea is my favourite. So I always like to bring in that water element, especially in this. To be honest, I bring the water element in everything. Being a water element witch myself, but especially in summer solstice. So I have the Soul Purpose Seeker oil. So it's all about just anointing those herbs with your oils, your potions, and really thinking about what is your soul purpose. What is your soul purpose? What are you here for? What do you want to do? And when you're doing a ritual offering or you're collecting your thoughts, you need to think, at the moment, grounding. Get yourself grounded. Feel your feet. Feel going down to the earth. Feel that grounding. Light a candle. Water elements. Allow yourself to cool down. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to be cleansed. Sage yourself. Soul purpose anointing, which I've just done. What is your purpose? What do you want to do? What makes you happy? And then think with passion. Don't, if you're going to set a goal, make sure it's a goal that's going to be full of passion. Or you're just going to wipe yourself out. Think with passion. When you're setting a goal, think with passion. Don't think passion will be your fuel. So this is salt. Salt's very good for protection, especially if you're feeling a bit used or feel a bit lacking abundance or feeling under the weather where your goals are associated. This is what is called green salt. So it brings in abundance and rids anything in your way that may be holding you up. Okay, salt's brilliant in witchcraft. Any questions? Let me know. So, opalite. I kind of use opalite like I would quartz. I just find them really pretty with their kind of little angel auras. And on my altar board, I just put some opalite. This is just bringing in the light, because when we talk about coming into summer solstice, we're talking about the ritual of light. It's all about coming out the darkness. It's about things blooming. You've done your hard work. You've done your planning. You're setting your seed. Even if you're late coming into that in your goal setting, whatever you wanted to bring into the light, whatever you wanted to set your seed in. We've gone through Imbolc. We've gone through all the other Sabbats. We've gone through those, soul setting things. And we've gone through Astara. And it's really about that egg of Astara hatching and reaping our rewards. Even if you've missed those Sabbats, you can still start here. There's always something to harvest. There's always something to bloom and hold on to, no matter how small. Hi, Marguerite. I can see it. It's good to see you on here. Self-love. Rose quartz. Self-love. How many of us need self-love, ladies? Oh, my goodness. I don't think we can ever get enough self-love, of really valuing ourselves and telling ourselves we're worthy, connecting to that glamorous side in ourselves, that golden goddess, especially with this summer solstice and the heat. I hate the heat. Who likes the heat? Personally, I hate heat. What about you guys? Do you like the heat, Margarita? What do you like with heat? Do you know what? I'm hiding from the sun. Oh, no, me and the sun. No. It frazzles me. So self-love, whatever self-love is to you. Feeling glamorous, feeling goddessy. Connecting. If you don't like heat, stay in the shade. You can still connect to the sun god. You don't have to go out and get frazzled. I get irritable, says Margarita. Same here. I went out yesterday because I had to. God, I just come back just... Oh my God, I dissolved into a puddle of water. I felt ill, Margarita. I felt ill. That's why I didn't show my face last night doing the readings, because I thought, well, you really don't want to see that. So really, that's all it is, and you can pop your candles on if you like. We've got the water candle, sort of cooling. You don't have to. Okay, I've got my salt water here. You can use this salt water just to sort of flick over your tarot cards. Don't get them wet, but it kind of cleanses them. That's how I get, says Margaret. I know, it's horrible, isn't it? And your summer solstice candle, I'm not going to put that here because it's too big in the little candle holder. So bringing in joy and happiness. When you get your tarot cards, like I said, give them a flick with your salt water or moon water. And it's all about just sitting with it. I do have some cards here, actually. I've got some sea oracle. I do not use oracle cards for readings because to me, they're like baby cards. They're not, for me personally, it's a personal thing. I like to use the tarot. I like to use the proper thing. As a medium, a trance medium, I use the tarot as my tool to speak to spirits and give you your messages. Just like I did to Marguerite last night. I don't use the oracle because personally, I don't think, I just see it as a baby witch thing. I don't see any real power in them. But they can give you messages, but they're more like fluffy sweetness, and sometimes we need to be told straight up. They're all sweetness and light. That's right, Margaret. When we just need a little bit of fluff to cheer us up, a bit of self-love. But I wouldn't use them for, what to do and what's going on in the nitty-gritty, because I don't think you really get the right answers. They're too gentle. So let's have a look. But they're good for a little bit of self-love. So let's move that out the way a minute and see what spirits are. Actually, and they're really saying, may you feel deeply and transcend. And that's what we've been talking about. It's like stepping into our bliss. Put that in there. Make sure I don't catch it on fire. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? Right. So stepping into our bliss. That'd be safer. And this is what I'm doing right now. I'm stepping into my bliss. I've set my scene. I've got gathering my herbs and my crystals, my energies. I've lit my coloured candles. And I'm setting my bliss. Because we all need to find our vibe, our energy. We've all got energy. You can probably feel each other's. Does anybody feel each other's energies when you go out? You think, oh, crikey, I like their energy. Or sometimes you think, oh, I didn't like theirs. Or you kind of feel the energy and you kind of like, it's like being a detective, isn't it? Feeling people's energies. And that's what energy is. And we can set our energy. Yes, says Margarita. I love that. I love that. You can feel it online as well, Margarita. You kind of know your own, don't you? You know your tribe. Absolutely. And when we set our energies, we're setting that energies. Other people will feel it. It's really, I think it's important because it's nice to have nice energy. Everybody likes to be liked and everybody likes to be kind. Well, I hope so. And then we're getting expansion. So may you connect to the whole. Of course. Isn't this funny? I like the spirits are like having a joke right now. Everything I'm saying, okay, literally, I pull a card. I'm not joking. They're repeating what I'm saying. That's amazing. So obviously listening here. They're listening to what we're saying. They're being nosy, I literally just shuffle the cards and what I've spoke about, they've repeated it. So obviously, they're kind of like, yeah, they're joining. They're like feeling it. It's good. And this is from them because I haven't talked about this. May you shift and transform. And that's true, isn't it? It's like stepping into the shoes of who you want to be. What you are. Because when I started just, laying down and manifesting my energy for today, it was all about soul purpose. Who am I? So for example, who are you? Setting down our purpose, setting down our energies, really just focusing on who you want to be, who you believe you are. Who you want to be should really associate with who you are. Does that make sense? They need to go together. Oh, hi, Luigi. It's nice to see you today. So Luigi says, my Scorpio as feels vibes all the time. Sometimes I just want a break from it. Wow. Really? My Scorpio as feels vibes all the time. Yeah. So are you picking up people around you, Luigi, that may be a little bit negative or draining you at the moment? That can be hard. I get that too. And, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Just kind of changing your own energy, sort of refreshing it, really. I suppose it's about what Spirit's just talking about now, shifting and transforming our energy, Luigi. When we've got everybody else's energy stuck on our aura, we just shift it, don't we, and transform it into who we'd like to be, who we are. I think it's about finding out who we are and then transforming it to that. So, going up, not backwards. Not going down. I love that. So, yeah, I love what's coming through. Bliss. Just finding that bliss, expanding it, that energy, shifting and transforming our energy we feel that in ourselves. We feel it in our souls. We feel it in every cell. We feel it in our bodies. And we feel it and we ground with that feeling. Almost like creating your identity. Your soul purpose is your identity. But sometimes you can feel like your soul purpose you're not connected to your soul purpose. You're not reaching it. You're not reached the goals. You're not feeling you're living your soul purpose. That's why we need to feel it, like I'm trying to set now, and then you're manifesting it. And then hopefully, that will come to fruition when you take the action, if that makes sense. So you can sit with me if you like. You don't have to if you're bored of it. But I thought before I get ready to go on live in a minute, so look out for me, I'm going live in a minute. I thought I'd let you join in with my creating my energy for the morning and transforming my energy and shifting negative energy, shifting any sort of drainage or anything stuck to me, and just allowing things to flow. And I thought you could join me, and if you want to, maybe if you're sat there now and you're having a cup of tea or whatever you're doing, you could be sat on the bus. If you're sat on the bus, let me know. You know, you'd be surprised you sat on the bus watching this, you know? And, you know, just allow yourself to think, who are you? What is your soul purpose? Because so many of us are not living our soul purpose, and we want to live our soul purpose. We want to be who we are. We don't want to be who we were told to be, or who we were dragged out to be, or conditioned to be, or told to be at school, or told to be at maybe a job that don't suit you. You want to be who you are, your soul purpose. And I think you need to just feel that energy. Feel that energy. Even if it feels like you're not in that energy, but you can feel that energy. Does that make sense? So if you're very anxious, very tense right now, imagine what it'd be like if you were in the energy of who you wanted to be, who you feel you are, your soul purpose. Maybe you haven't stepped into your soul purpose, but what does it feel like to step into that soul purpose? And then just feel that energy. Just feel it. Imagine it, if that helps. And then what you're doing is you're shifting that negative energy. The energy's not right, that hasn't quite fitted into your soul purpose. And bit by bit, you are transforming yourself to become that person, your soul purpose. And it will fit, because what will happen is energy will attract energy, okay? So if you're being somebody, feeling your true soul purpose and energy, okay? That energy will attract the right people to you, because energy attracts energy, yeah? So whatever you're feeling, you will attract people who resonate with you. Does that make sense? Because energy is very strong. You might not see it, but trust me, you've got it all around you. Luigi says, I can sense emotions so easy, so empathic. Yep. I knew that when I did your reading for you. I knew it as soon as I spoke to you. You can feel it around you, Luigi. They could have a straight face and they radiate energy. Yes. Yes. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful. Empathic. You could even develop that. Do you think, if you've got a little bit of psychic senses going inside you, Luigi? Have you ever thought about developing that? Or do you just sort of not your thing? You want to develop onto something else? Everybody uses their gifts and their empathic skills, their intuition, their talents in different ways. You don't have to just be the same. You're using so many different ways. Me too, but don't always like it. Oh, I know, Margarita. When you meet that person and you think, oh my God, and it's like, oh, their energy, you know there's something not right, there's icky, or you even feel like danger or violence. It can make you feel really awful, can't it? And you can't say anything, Margaret, because it's rude. You want to, but you can't, because you don't want to be rude or upset people. That's when we come in, when we sage ourselves down, Margarita, isn't it? You've been practicing tarot. I love that, Luigi. She's just drawing the cards and just going with it. That's where you start to find out where your skills are. Is there anything else you like, Luigi? Maybe painting, creating, spell work? Do you know, teaching? Even listening to people is, I think, is a witch's skill. Compassion, understanding, and you have to be empathic to connect with people, not judge them. I hate judgmental people. Judgment is not welcome. Judgment is not welcome in this circle. I don't think it's welcome in most people, witches' circle, is it? It's about being kind. It's about being compassionate. It's about understanding and feeling the energies. And even if that energy's icky, like learning when to zip it. Okay, even we're witches, but we're human. Or we're spiritual people. I shouldn't just say witches. Or we're spiritual people, but we're human. Sometimes we need to zip it. Okay. You love filming. Oh, that's fantastic. You're creative. You're creative. So wonderful. I'm creative too. Filming. Do you know what, Luigi? When I went to art university, very briefly, because I didn't want to be put in a box, I'm better off like when these people would work for their better working for myself. I always loved the filming bit. It gripped me, especially the black and white filming. It was so, I don't know, it's just so magical. It just, yeah, you know what I mean, yeah? Editing photos, yeah, photos. I tried that at Art Uni Luigi, and I was told to take a photo of a line. Oh my God. Seriously, Luigi, they told me to take a photo of a line this is when I left, this is true, in my house. And I ended up getting like my Sherlocks, my darlings, his Frankenstein, Frankenstein ornaments. And I set up all the Frankensteins. This is true. And I set them up on a table. So there the Frankenstein was doing an operation on Frankenstein. And I took a picture of the line of the table sort of at a direction. So it looked really cool. You had Frankenstein like doing this operation on Frankenstein. And the line was the table. So I sent it to my lecturer. And she didn't say nothing. She literally left out my photograph. And she, like everybody else, has done lines in the house, like a sink line, a tap line, a bath line. And she left mine out. She did not even comment. Do you know what I did? I left. I thought, nah, it wasn't for me. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. But being crazy, best people are crazy. It's more fun. It's true, Margaret. It's true. I laughed at it. Don't ever send me to art uni, anybody ever again. I could get checked out next time. But do you go? Are you self-taught, Luigi, or do you go to uni, or are you self-taught? Yes, Luigi, I love that. You need to be a little bit crazy to be creative. Absolutely, we're on the same page, because how can you open the box and peep out the box? You need to be crazy to peep out the box of society, because if you're not crazy enough to have the bottle to peep out the box, okay, you're not going to really get that imagination, creativity and shock feature. So yeah, I get it. Love it. Not stuck in the box. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I've taught myself. Do you know what, Luigi? I think teaching yourself's the best way. Because when I went to uni, oh my goodness me. No, please. Everything they did was so not me. It was so boring. When you teach yourself, you choose your style, you become who you were born to be, not who somebody's telling you to be. You become who your soul told you to be. And I really feel teaching yourself is the best way. And YouTube's great for that. Final Cut, yeah. Coming on TikTok, different platforms. You find some amazing creators out there who can spark us into doing things ourselves. And we take a bit of that magic and we make our own magic. And before you know it, woohoo, we got our own tribe and we're all bouncing off each other. I love that. Okay, so I hope that everybody's feeling good and grounded now. I probably need to sit with mine a little bit more. Just sit with that energy. Because society can really pull us back, can't it? It can really make us feel not whole, not ourselves, or pushed into a square peg when we're a round peg, can't it? It's a horrible feeling. Luigi says, I'm thinking of starting a social media marketing business or just doing social media as a career. Fantastic. Go for it, Luigi. Absolutely go for it. It's hard. I mean, I'm self-employed, so this is my little business. It's hard, and sometimes it can make you feel drained, and sometimes it's about getting the right people. When you got the right people, it's just like sparkles, I think what it is about, isn't it? Attracting your vibes, attracting your tribe, people who value you, people who don't take the mickey, people who love what you do and you love what they do and you vibe. Because I think on social media, you're going to get a mix of people. And it's about finding the little sparkly you know, the little sparkly stars, the little diamonds, you know, amongst the weeds. It's like going weeding, really, and finding your people. And it can be hard some days, and some days it's just really easy. It's a bit like gardening, I suppose. Definitely, just remember that. It's like gardening. You gotta find your people, wouldn't you, Ludi? Gotta find your people. If you do, invite me. I would definitely be watching you and interested. And I should imagine a lot of people here would be, like to support you. If that's in your heart, that's what you should do. And me, says Margarita. There you go. I love it. Margarita's there. Ah, dear her. So we're building up our tribe already, guys. So, are we all feeling good for the day? Or just stepping into that energy? Value yourself. Don't allow others to devalue you. Yes, mate. Oh, bless. Don't allow people to devalue yourself. Own yourself. Own your gift, your talent, or whatever you do. It doesn't have to be a witch thing. It doesn't have to be a psychic thing. It can be art. It could be just listening or caring for somebody. Caring's a massive thing. It could be caring for your husband. It could be good at listening to your friend. It could be, you know, it could be, I don't know, anything. Just, it doesn't have to be big things. They're all important. Stepping into your soul purpose. They're all equal. I believe in equality. I believe nobody's above anybody. Everybody is equal and everybody is important. We all have important things to give. There should be no hierarchy. In witchcraft, we don't have hierarchy. We have equal. That's why we have the circle. We're a circle. We're all equal. And it doesn't matter what we do, okay, in life, we all bring something to the circle. Oh, Margarita was a carer for 5 years. Then cared my dad for 2 years until he passed. Oh, good for you, Margarita. Brilliant. I love that. I love that. Carers are very important people. Sherlock was a carer for his dad, not his dad, his mum, for a long, long time. I also have a disabled daughter, so I'm a carer too. So I relate, Margarita, we relate to each other, I think. It's hard, but it's nice, isn't it? It's warm. It's warmth. Hard but warm. That's what Sherlock said to his mum. I promised him I won't let him pass home. Do you know, Margarita, that's beautiful. That's the best gift anybody can give somebody, isn't it, at the end? Not everybody does that, Margarita, which is shocking. It shocks me that not everybody does that. But, you know, it is the world we live in. 97.5. Oh, bless him. Oh, poor darling. Oh, imagine him in his body at 97.5. Oh, shame. Oh, dear of him. I love old people, elderly. I shouldn't say the word old. Sorry, guys. Elderly people. I just think they're really cute. They kind of like go back to being a child. It's like everything reverses, don't you think, Margarita? And it's like they got so much stories to tell and so much wisdom. And it's like they're great big storytellers. And it's like they're so lovely. They understand as well that they're just precious. I think elderly people are precious. And they're not treated precious enough in society. I look how, you know, I feel they don't get enough help. They don't get enough, you know, outside. You don't get no daycare centres or, you know, like friendship communities anymore. And they're just like, there are crones. There are crones. There are the wisdom of the world. Elderly people are the crones. They carry wisdom. They should be protected, and they should literally, yeah, they should be getting a lot more than they get because they don't. Okay, he fled from Poland at 16. Wow, I bet he had some stories to tell. Wow, literally, he must have been like an exciting, adventurous book to read. Like, open a book. You just talk to him, be like opening an amazing book, wouldn't it? Absolutely did. God, makes you feel sad for him though, doesn't it, as well? my heart pose. But he had you, and you looked after him to the end, and he was rewarded by having you, Margarita. The universe brought him you, and that was his reward because you looked after him to the end. Soulmate is soulmate, which is beautiful, and I believe that's how the universe does work. Thank you. Oh, bless you. Oh, okay, guys. Oh, I guess I'm going to get my tarot cards. I don't know where they are. Oh, they're over there. I'm going to cleanse them off, get them a little bit of a tap. If you want to go or get yourself a brew, give me 10, 15 minutes or so to get ready. Just get myself ready. 10, 15 minutes. If you come back then, I'll be doing tarot readings. If you want to, of course. That's when I'll be live. So give everybody time to grab a cup of tea, and then we'll be back for the tarot readings. So whoever's joining me, it'd be lovely to have you join me. Okay, I'm trying to think what we're going to do today. I'm going to rev it up a bit today. I'll tell you on that live. I'm not going to tell you on this live. Trying to mix it up too much. Okay, folks, go put the kettle on, and I'll get you catch you up in 10 minutes. See you soon, Margarita. See you soon, Luigi, and everybody else. Thanks, guys. Bye.